example 1, we're going to find our different measures of center. So this table right here shows the number of hits Marcus made for his team. Find the mean, median, and mode. The first thing I always do, this is in a table, this data is in a table, which makes it okay, but I always like to list it out from order of least to greatest, because that just makes working with these things so much easier, especially finding the median. The only way to find the median is to list it out from least to greatest. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to look, okay, I can see he had 2 hits, that was the least amount, so I'm going to write a 2. Then I can see he had 3 hits one time, he had 3 hits another time. And notice, I'm putting check marks next to the data I use, and that's just so I don't accidentally write something down twice, which is very easy to do. Then I can see he had 5 hits, and then I can see he had 6 hits, and the last one, he had 7 hits. And now I can see I've checked all of the data, so I know I've got it all. So let's find our 3 different things. We need to find the mean, which remember, that's the same thing as the average. Then we're going to find the median. And then we're going to find the mode. Well, to find the average, all I have to do is add up all of these and then divide by how many there are. That's how you find the average. And I'm not going to show this work every time, and I don't even expect you guys to show this work, but just so you can see what's actually happening, I'm doing 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7. So I add up all the numbers, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different numbers. So I divide that by 6, and I would get 4.3 repeating. The one thing I would say, just to make sure you don't accidentally make a calculator error, add all these numbers up, hit equals, and then hit divide by 6. If you would just type this all into your calculator the way it's written here, you would probably get the wrong answer because you would enter it in wrong. So do the addition, hit equals, and then divide to make sure you get the right answer. And we get 4.3 repeating. So he averaged about 4.3 hits. What's the median? Well, to find the median, you guys have probably done this before. You do that by you cross out a low and a high, and then you cross out another low and a high, and what you're trying to do is end up with a number in the middle. Well, I did low, high, but I've got 2 numbers left. So if I would do low, high, I would have nothing left. So it looks like, well, does that mean I have no median? Not quite. Instead, if you're left with 2 numbers after you do low, high, or however many times you do that, if you're left with 2 numbers, and this will always happen when you have an even amount of numbers, you'll be left with 2 in the middle. All you do is you take the average or the mean of these 2 numbers. So you add them up and divide it by 2, and you find the median is 4. And this is a little strange because the median's 4, but if you look, 4 is not one of my numbers. That can happen when you have an even number of numbers. You can have a median that's not actually part of your data, which is a little confusing, but just always use the rule low, high. If there's 2 left in the middle, take the average. Last thing we need to talk about is the mode. The mode is the number that appears most often. So if you can remember mode, most often, that was our definition. So I look, 2 only appears once, 3 appears twice, 5 once, 6 once, 7 once. So obviously the number that appears the most often is 3 because it appears twice.